one thing you have to do when you're consciously manifesting is you've got to stop telling the unfavorable story. You've got to stop repeating your circumstances. Honestly, I work with so many people. And one thing I notice with the clients I work with is they'll come back and say, I've been doing all the work, but now this has happened. Whatever's happening, you persist. It doesn't matter. If you know and understand that your thoughts are creating a reality, and whatever thoughts you persist in is the reality that you are selecting. So if you're wanting a reality where you're loved, adored, chosen, cherished, treated like a princess, you affirm that reality. I'm loved, I'm chosen, I'm adored, I'm treated like a princess. And let's say your circumstances are opposing to that, or something happens that's opposing to that. Do you just give up and go, oh, well, it's not working? No, you keep going, because the reason the opposing things are happening is because it's just a manifestation of your old thoughts, which you've probably had for a very, very long time. And I just did a post about this, explaining why negative things or unfavorable things seem to manifest more easily than the things we want. Is because they're coming from our normal subconscious programming that's been there forever, and that's what we're trying to change. So you've got to persist. You've got to keep going. You've got to stop telling the old story. And I've had to push myself as well. Like when my SP broke up with me, I told my friend and my sister, I said, make sure if I ever bring up the old story, you stop me in my tracks and don't let me, because I know how easily done it is. We want to victim blame. We want to be mad and like, oh my God, I can't believe they did this or they did that and da 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 da. But the thing about manifestation, it's not about what's happened, what people have done. It's about knowing and understanding that we have the power to change the reality that we're experiencing. But we're not going to change nothing if we don't change. We're not going to experience something different if we don't think differently. If you continue telling the same story, you're going to experience the same reality. If you continue thinking the same old shitty thoughts, you're going to continue to experience a reality that matches those same old shitty thoughts. You've got to change those thoughts, and you've got to persist in those thoughts. Say, for example, you're watching this video and you've been doing really good. Your self-concept feels really great. You feel on top of the world, and it's been a month, 2 months, I don't know, everybody's different. Sometimes things happen in a week, sometimes they take a month, whatever. Time doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is you persisting and staying consistent. And then let's say, for example, something opposing happens. In that moment, that's telling you where your self-concept is at. Because I know how my self-concept's changed, because there's a lot of things. I had something happen on holiday that I know the old me would have reacted completely different to, but the new me, I sat there, I observed it, and although it made me feel uncomfortable, I looked at it and I thought, how would the new me react and how would the old me react? The old me would react according to my old belief system, but that's not who I am anymore. That's not who I choose to be anymore. And the more you practice this, the easier it gets. So I want you to, it's Saturday now. I want you to spend the next week really doing your best, and ongoing, of course, to stop repeating the old story. I know it's easy to do when you're sitting there with your friends or your family and people are asking questions, or something's happened and you're talking about it, people are gossiping. Stop it. Stop it. I'm telling you this from experience. If you don't change what you're thinking, and you don't change those inner stories, and you keep repeating the stories, you are going to continue to experience the same reality that you do not want to be in. It really isn't difficult. It might feel difficult in the moment, and you're going to be faced with challenges sometimes, because changing our subconscious beliefs isn't always easy. You can affirm that it's easy, and we're going to decide that it's easy because we don't want to have that belief, of course. But this is for those of you, because I don't want people to think, well, it wasn't easy for me and I found it difficult. We're all different. We're all different parts of our manifestation journey. I don't really like to call it a journey. It's just like a lifestyle, it's just an awareness. But stop telling those old stories. If you want a different reality, you've got to think different thoughts. You can't think the same thoughts that got you into the reality that you now dislike and want to be out of, and continue thinking those thoughts and expect to be in a different reality. It's like going to a hotel and you hate it and you're complaining about it, but then you book to go to that same hotel again. You wouldn't do it. So stop telling the same old story. Persist in your new story. And I know our logical brains can sweep in sometimes and make us feel like, I don't know if this is going to work. Like doubt, worries, fears, that all is a normal part and parcel of manifestation, because your brain's trying to protect you and keep you stuck in that old cycle of what it knows. But it's our job to step in and go, no, this is who I am now. This is my new story. So whatever's happening in your circumstance, whatever's happening in your reality right now, it is not permanent, it is not final, and it is not fact. You are getting what you want, because what you want exists. All creation is complete. All realities exist. infinite versions of you, me, your SP, everyone exist. You get to choose who you want in your reality and how you want to experience them. Okay? You are not defined to your past. You are not defined to what's happened to you, what's been said to you. You may have experienced some bad things in your life, but that doesn't define who you are as a person, and that should never stop you from living the life that you want to live. You deserve to live the life you want to live. You are worthy and deserving of it. Okay, so keep telling that new story and save this video and come back to it. If you're new here, follow me for more manifestation tips. If you want to book one-on-one coaching with me, the link is in my bio. And just keep going. Keep going. You can do this. Okay. And if you're still here at this part of the video, I want you to comment and say, I can do this. Okay. I want you to all reinforce that belief that you can do this. You can freaking do this. Stop telling the old story. Stick to the new story. Okay.